one of the sessions. One of these sessions, this is the session I'll be showing you or trying to educate you on my process ya kutengeneza website. Is Marcella here? Is Marcella over here? Marcella. Marcella. Marcella, are you around? Oh, Marcella is. Okay. Does my sound have an echo? Does my sound have an echo? Is there an echo? Is there an echo, by the way, guys? Is there an echo? Okay, very, very nice. So, leo tuko wengi, watu 313. And we have 263 on TikTok. Oh, hi, Marcella, I can hear you.
Yes, I think, muted.
Oh, you are muted, eh? Pole, pole, pole. I had set the settings to mute kidogo. Okay. Watu wamekuwa wengi bana. But no problem, no problem to... Okay, I think now we are ready to start. So I will just get into it immediately. Now, as I introduced to you, kuna classes we're going to be having. It's called Night School. Night School is basically to equip you with computer and digital literacy. Now we will start. We will immediately start. And we'll start by introducing what we will be learning today. So I'm going to first, wacha kwanza ni sort hii. We need to just sort something out over here. Let me just sort something out here. Okay. So I'm going to open one of the tabs over here. So today, I want to show you my process. Well, what is WordPress? WordPress, to start you off, WordPress is a content management system. WordPress itself is a content management system. You have to understand that. When I say a content management system, I mean it's something that allows you, everyone is now in. I think everyone is now being let in, is now being let in. So, yeah, I think everyone is now getting in. Kama, if you're not getting in, pole about that. But I think everyone is getting... Are you guys getting me? Give me a thumbs up kama tunapatana vizuri. On TikTok, tunapatana vizuri. On TikTok, tunapatana vizuri. Give me a thumbs up. Now, the link, if you want to join the Google Meet session, the link is in my TikTok bio. You click the link in my TikTok bio, and the link over there is going to direct you to my Telegram channel, where you will get access to the session that we are having today, which is on web design. And it's very important for you to note that leo tunajifunza web design, and I'll be showing you my process of web design from scratch so that we can get to understand and orient ourselves to new skills. And before we go on, I want to know by show of hands, give me a thumbs up. Wangapi wanafanya web design? How many guys are doing web design? Very nice, very nice. Now, web design is basically the process of creating websites, and websites can be created in very, very many ways. Unaweza amua kucode website, you can decide to code a website from scratch, or you can decide to use a content management system. When I say a content management system, wangapi wamesikia WordPress? Give me a thumbs up on TikTok or even on Google Meet. Have you heard of something we refer to as WordPress? How many guys have heard of WordPress previously? I think quite a number. There's a lot that is actually being talked about when it comes to WordPress itself. And there are very many, there are developers. You have to understand there's a developer. Developer kidogo, huo ni mtu wako on steroids. That's a web designer on steroids. Huo ni mtu ana create kitu from code, ana code. And web development is a fully oriented process. But to some extent, mi naambianga watu that you can use what you have to create what you don't have. Watu wengi wanafikirianga that it's mandatory for you to learn how to create websites using all these things. But now, today, I will introduce you to the very simple schematics of how to create a website using WordPress. So the first thing, here's my process. I hope, let me just share my screen again. I want to show you everything so that you're able to see all the things I will be showing you. So, how many guys have downloaded software, Akina Adobe Illustrator? I've shared this software. Yeah? I've shared this software, I think, even on everywhere. Nimeshare the software. I think I've shared the software everywhere. How many guys have seen the software Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop? So this is Adobe Photoshop. This is Adobe Photoshop itself. This one is Adobe Photoshop. This is Adobe Photoshop. And this one is Adobe Illustrator. This is Adobe Illustrator. Now, Photoshop mostly tunaitumia for manipulation. All right. This one we use it for manipulation. Like I was doing, I don't know what I was doing, but we were creating this particular poster design over here. This poster design. Okay. Daisy is here. Okay. Now, this is a poster we had created using Adobe Photoshop, na ni ya jana. And this is the software itself. This one is called Adobe Illustrator. Mostly you use it to manipulate images, to resize images, and the rest. Then we have Adobe Illustrator. Adobe Illustrator is used for vectorization. We use it for vectorization. Now, I'll give you an example of the project that you're going to be working on today. The project tunafanyia kazi leo is a client of mine. The client of mine is called HR Associates. And they want a website for their company, yeah? And we had designed a logo for them. We had designed some few logos for them. And the client decided to go with one particular logo sample. So the logo itself, imetengenezwa na Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. This is the software itself. This is Adobe Illustrator, as you can see. And Illustrator is used quite a number of times. Yeah. And it's very, very important for you to know that you can also use this software when it comes to creation of Vitukama flyers. You can create it you can use it when it comes to you creating posters. You can even use it when it comes to you creating company profiles. So we created a logo, client akaamua kwenda na hii. This is the logo that. So the first step I normally take on the website is I first select the logo, I copy it, I come to new file, a new file over there, and then after I create, I'll come and resize it by giving it a pixel size, and then I'll give it like dimensions, mostly 250 pixels. All right. Now this one is a website logo. Where's it again as a website without the logo itself? So we'll paste it over there. This is the logo. That is HR Associates. But now, juu it's a square logo, unaweza ibakisha tu hivi. All right. You can just have it as it is. Now, if you want this software, I think they are freely available in my Telegram channel. This one I'm running is Adobe Illustrator CC 2022. You just download, install, and uanze kufanya kazi. But it's important for you to have a powerful or good computer. So the computer I'm actually running at the moment is a HP Victus. HP Victus has a RAM of 24 GB and iko na graphics card ya NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 and it's 6 GB. So ina run kila kitu vizuri sana. So this is the logo. Nimeisort nikaweka kando. This is the logo that I'll be using for this particular session. Sasa, I'll rename it. I'll create a folder and say this one is HR Associates, all right, final website logo. It's very important for you to be very organized when it comes to you creating a website. Then I'll paste that name again over there. Ni save as an Illustrator file. Anytime, like the moment when I create a document, the moment you're creating a document, and you probably are creating a document using a software like Microsoft Office Word. It's very important for you to remember that you cannot create a document, and then ukose kuipatia a name of that particular, ukose kuipatia a name. That's the reason as to unaona niki label kila kitu na folder. All right. So now this is the project file. I don't know how many we are. Imekuwa na watu wengi. We are 401 people. Okay. That's ikifika 500 is a cap. Itafunga. So this is Adobe Illustrator and I've created this logo. Now such a logo, funny enough, watu wanafikirianga that you cannot make money when it comes to graphic design. This logo, I want you to understand that this logo is around 5,000 to 10,000 Kenya shillings. Na inakaa tu weird, inakaa tu funny, but Believe you me, the work that was done over here is quite a lot. So when I tell you to learn a skill, you don't learn a skill upeleke mzungu services. There are clients in Kenya who are looking for these services. So what I do next is I export my file. And are we still together, ladies and gentlemen? Give me a thumbs up kama tuko pamoja. Give me a thumbs up if we are still together. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah. All right. All right. I think tuko sawa. Tuko sawa. So there are quite a number of people who want to join in this particular session. Now we don't want to have a lag. So I think we're going to cap it at that. We're really going to cap it at that. So we are in the process of redesigning our logo. We are in the process of exporting our logo. So the first thing I'll do is click on file, and then I'm going to export that particular file. I can export it for screens, all right? And then I'll come over here. I'll go directly to the folder imejipeleka tu hapo, and you have very many export options when it comes to Adobe Illustrator. Now, usijalishwe, ukiona hizi terminology kama zinakushtua, don't worry. These are terminologies that come in when you're trying to save a file. You can save a file in form of a Word document, you can save it as a PDF, you can save it as a JPEG, you can even save it in a very, very many formats. So for this case, for clarity and for the website, we will save it as an SVG file. An SVG file is very, very clear. So we'll rename it to say HR Associates, all right? And then we will click on export, all right? Once we export, it's going to take us directly to where the file has been exported to. Now ukiangalia hapa, it's here. So let me just open the file so that you can see the clarity yenye iko nayo. So that you can see the clarity, how clear it is as a JPEG, as an SVG file. So hizi vitu zote, sometimes these terminologies might tend to be bogus and tough for people, but over time utazielewa. Don't worry. Now we will go back again. We will go back again to now the process of creating a website. And I want you to remember this, ladies and gentlemen. A website is any medium that exists online that shares and portrays or gives information about a company, a business, an individual, a brand, or anything. You can have a website for your business. You can also have a website that has been created for your company. You can have a website that has been created for your organization. All right. So now, the first thing that happens when you want to create a website is that you need to get a domain name. A domain name. What is a domain name? A domain name is the name of your website. Like for me, I have my personal website, which is elvisw.online. Now I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to try and zoom in. Now this is like elvisw.online. This is now something we refer to as a domain name. If we searched for something like kra.go.ke, this is a domain name, all right? This is what we refer to as the domain name or the name of the website. Then, before you create your website, you need a domain name, and then you're also going to need storage for that particular website. And the storage that you provided with is referred to as cloud storage or website hosting. Now, I rarely used Hospinnacle in Kenya. Many companies in Kenya tend to have very bad and poor hosting services. But for me, I've tried Hospinnacle for some time. Kidogo, I'll say they don't disappoint. Yeah. But this is only for those who would prefer to use a company. So my client decided to go with it, which was okay. All you need to do is make sure that you have an account. You will need to have an account. So let me just log in and I will show you how it goes. So we've logged in into the account already. Now, the next thing that we have is that we have hosting packages. Like if you look at all these are hosting packages for various websites. Now, how do you buy a hosting package? How do you buy a hosting package? Like on Host Pinnacle. However, for me, I like to use, there's a company called Hostinger. Hostinger is not a local company, but it provides some of the best and the most ideal web hosting services. I have never had an issue with these guys. But sometimes, due to data laws and protection, it's important for you to hold the data in Kenya. But that's why we are told to go and use a company like you're told to use a company like Host Pinnacle, which will provide you with hosting services. All right. So now Like if you look at this, we click over here and click on web hosting. These guys have various web hosting packages. If you scroll down, you can see that they have a starter package of 2,999 Kenya shillings. And they also have another one here, 3,999 Kenya shillings. And each package has its own details. Like if you look at this one, the number of websites that you can host are unlimited for all of them. You get a free .co.ke or .com domain. You also get storage space, 35 GB NVMe SSD. SSD stands for solid state drive. We have 100 GB SSD over here. It depends. See, each package has its own benefits. You have email accounts. An email account will be something like, let's say you've created a website and you've named your website onesmas.co.ke. Now, the email would be, a domain email would be something like info@onesmas.co.ke. That is what you need to understand. But for this case, because we already have hosting, let me just go directly to the dashboard. Are we still together up to that point? Give me a thumbs up kama tuko pamoja. Are we still together? Give me a thumbs up. I can see we are still together. So as we move on TikTok tuko pamoja. Okay, very nice, very nice. Now we've talked about website hosting and we've talked about domain. Now remember that this session is being recorded, so usijali, even afterwards you will get access to this session. So now we have the client tulikuwa tumenunua hosting, and this is the hosting package that we bought. All right, this is a hosting package that I actually got for the client, and as you can see over here, it's called hrassociates.com. We got a starter package of 2,999 Kenya shillings, and as you can see, you have webmail login over here, and you also have cPanel login over here. Now, the thing that we are looking for is cPanel login. All right, cPanel login. And I'll tell you in a bit why you need the cPanel credentials. Now, in the cPanel credentials, that is where you set up WordPress. Now, this is what you refer to as a cPanel or a control panel. The control panel is the first backend to your website. Kama umecode website, if you've coded a website, you've created it using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you can actually just come and upload it directly on the file manager, make sure everything is functioning well, and kila kitu umesort in the public HTML folder. There are very many other things that you need to understand about front-end and back-end development. So if you want to be a developer, tuseme you want to get started in development, I would advise you, the most important thing is that you can use a website called Code Academy. Code Academy is a very good start for you to start learning web design, or web development. And the first course I would recommend you start with is this one on front-end engineering. At the same time, there's a website inaitwa Udemy, udemy.com. Now, udemy.com has some of the best courses when it comes to you getting a practical hands-on understanding of web development, that is understanding HTML, that is understanding CSS and JavaScript. All right. So now we click, like there's a course in Itangwa, the Web Development Bootcamp by Dr. Angela Liu. It's one of the best courses over here that you can actually start with. It equips you with knowledge from front-end to back-end development. It also introduces you to some bit of cloud computing. This is a course over here. Sorry, this is a course. Iko hapa. So you can also buy it and start learning how to maybe code websites. But for now, we are looking for something we refer to as Softacular's WordPress Manager. So we'll search hapa hivi on the search bar, we'll search for WordPress Manager. This is my process. So remember, this is my process on how I create a website. Okay. So when I create over here, it's going to tell me to install. All right. So I'm going to click on install. When I click on install, it's going to tell me to choose the installation URL. All right. URL. Let me remember what URL stands for. URL. URL is basically an address, but it is a uniform resource locator. All right. URL will be something like HTTPS. We have automotive doctor, like this is a website I was creating for a client. So web design is a broad field and a very, very good field. So I would recommend that even you think about getting into web design. Inaweza kusaidia. My sound is very, very okay. The microphone is audible on my end. So now we'll go back to Softaculars over here. So I wanted to show you this website that we were creating for our client recently. This is Automotive Doctor. It's a very good website for a company that it's a garage based in Karen. And this has actually been created using WordPress, and it's quite easy for you to get to grasp and understand how to use WordPress. Now let me close that. Let me also close this. Let me also close this. And let me also close this. All right. Now we're in Softaculous. So first of all, we need to choose the how we want. We can actually just use HTTPS like Kizungu inapotea kidogo, but forgive me. So we'll select the root domain that we want to use. We're going to select hrassociateslimited.com. And then after that, we're going to give the website a name. So we're going to input HR Associates Limited. All right, that's a name. Let's just use LTD. And then we can give it a site description. We can just say HR Solutions. All right. Then the username, the administration username, we're going to give it HR Associates. So let's say you're creating a website for like, let's say Marcella Construction. You're going to have an admin username like that one. Then you can create a new password. We can create a new password for this one. This one we can use, maybe let's just use any one of them. But here we'll change it at HR, because I know there are some guys who can log in directly. Hii wacha to feature kidogo. This one wacha to feature kidogo before some guys, because I know there are guys who can actually log in very easily into the website. So let me just hide this kidogo. I'm going to hide this just for a little bit. I'm going to hide this. Mnaweza login mwanze kuharibu kazi ya client bana. Acha tutengeneze. So let's hide you. Very well. I hope now the hackers are not able to see. So we will type in the name. Sidhani mnajua hii 2024 full stop. Hiyo mujajua, hiyo hujajua. So we click on install, and we can decide to save the password in our computer. Ili next time tukilog in, how many have seen the password? Give me a thumbs up if you've seen the password yenye nimeandika. If you've seen the password yenye nimeandika, give me a thumbs up. And then leave a comment on what I've written. Nimeandika password gani? Leave a comment on what I've written as a password so that we can see. Yeah? Okay. So now, after installing WordPress, you're going to get, first of all, you're going to get the domain to the website. This is the domain itself, iko hapa. And then you have the backend credentials to WordPress. You just log in hapa hivi. So that's how you basically get to log in directly into WordPress. And now, like that, with that, you've been able to install WordPress into a domain. So this is our WordPress installation. And over here, there are very many things you can do. If you want to like you want to write a blog over here, you can use this tab over here that is on posts. Anything that you upload as an image is always stored over here. Itaekwa hapa. These are the pages for the websites that you're going to be creating. All right. Now remember, I'm rushing in this so that we don't take a lot of time. We have appearance over here, and appearance allows you to customize the look of your website. All right. So here's my procedure. This is what I do. The first thing I do is I install a WordPress theme. Now, for this case, we will install a WordPress theme in Blocksy. All right. This a theme. Let me give you a very simple introduction on WordPress. WordPress works in this manner. It works by using themes. Themes actually give you the appearance of the website. Then we have something else in Itango, plugins. Plugins allow you to have extra functionality in your website. All right. Plugins allow you to have extra functionality in your website. Now we start with the theme. The theme itself tunatafuta inaitwa Blocksy. And this is the theme over here. There are very many other WordPress themes that you can use. These ones are the free ones. They are very good. You can actually use them very easily, and they are quite good. You can even get more themes. Kama uko na do, you can come to a website called themeforest.net. Now, themeforest.net has a collection of WordPress themes that you can use when creating websites. Unaweza create websites as many as possible. All right. So let me just admit a few people over here. Most people, I didn't expect to have a lot of people like this, but anyway, it's still good. It's still hiyo ni sawa pia. So this is theme forest, and over here you can come and click on WordPress, and you can get themes category. If you're looking for a theme, a blog, if you're looking for something about like creating a community or something, corporate themes, creative themes. But for me, I use it for e-commerce themes. Like when I'm creating a website for a client and the client says that I'm looking for an e-commerce website, I just need something versatile, we come and buy a theme over here. So ukiangalia hii like it's $59. So if you currently do USD to Kenya shillings at the moment, it's going to be around like, let's say they add a tax, it's going to be like 62. So basically that's 10,000 Kenya shillings for that particular theme. And it's one-time payment, so you're utailipa tena. All right. I've actually downloaded a few themes from this site and bought actually. These ones you don't download, you have to buy, but they're very good when it comes to you creating a website. Now remember, this one is web design, not web development. Web development is a whole other project, but you know, we have to start with what we can understand and what we grasp. To someone who is asking what we are learning today, we are learning web design. And web design is one of the skills that everyone should be learning. The moment you install the theme in inaitwa Blocksy, it tells you to install a parent. It tells you to install a plugin inaitwa, they have a theme, a plugin, it's called Blocksy Companion. It has to come with the theme. All right. Now this is my process. Now remember that nilikuambia you need to have Illustrator. When you're a web designer, let me tell you, you can monetize web design in very many ways. You can monetize web design by number one, you can create logos. All right. In graphic design, kama hii ni logo pia, is a very good logo for the client. And believe me, you'll get paid for this. You can also decide to create company profiles. You can even do copywriting. Now, like, let me give you a brief example of the copy that we had for this website. The copy itself is this one over here. Iko hapa. This is the copy. And what I mean by the copy is what is supposed to be in the website. As you see over here, the name is HR Associates, a HR trusted brand since 2013. The pages in the website are home, about us, our services, blog, and contact. Then for the sub-menu on services, we have the services that the company provides. And then we have the homepage copy. This one has been done by copywriters. Ndo maana nawaambia muende mujifunze copywriting so that you can do website copy. All right? Unaweza andika content. Like for this one, for a full website, you're going to earn between 6,500 to 10,000 Kenya shillings. That is if you're working with me. Now, welcome to HR Associates, your gateway to HR excellence. In fact, you only need to know how to use ChatGPT and write proper prompts. Itakusaidia sana. So like this one is just a very simple introduction, and we're going to see that in practice. So we go back. Let's go back. Now, the next thing I do is I customize my website. So I'll click on appearance, and then I'm going to click on customize. All right. When I say customize, hapa ndio na customize everything about the colors in the website. You can even customize your menu. You can even customize your logo. All right. So first of all, this is the header at the top hapa. And then this is the footer of your website. Like any document, when you're creating a document using Microsoft Office Word, let me just open up a document on Microsoft Office Word. If you're creating a document, you have a header over here. This is the header that is permanent. Like for example, if we add the header of HR Associates and we go home and increase the font size again, make it bold, we change the color, it's going to appear all through the website. That is the header. It's the same thing for a website. If we come again to click hapa kwa footer, and then we add some statements, just say HR Associates. Yeah, then we can add something and say www.hrassociates. Okay, we can say something that www.hrassociates.com. All right. You can have something else. Let's just make these a bit large. Now, this is what we have as the footer. All right. This is the footer in the website. So it's the same thing for a website. There is a header and a footer. Now, the first thing that we need to customize are the colors. All right. Now, for colors, this one is what you get. This is where you select the color palette. Now, remember, I told you that as a web designer, as a web developer, you need a software inaitwa nini? Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop. All right. So using Adobe Photoshop, we're going to have a color palette of the various colors that we have in our website. Kwanza tuko na hiyo colors sijui kama ni maroon, and then we have the second one which is black. Those are our two main colors. Now, let me open this color So you just need to double click over here in Adobe Illustrator so that you can get the color hex code or the color code of that particular specific, yeah, coloration that the client has chosen. So it's a color code basically. There's something else in Itango, brand identity design. That's where you're going to find the Safaricom green in Akuanga Safaricom green. That's where you're going to find that Equity Bank has a certain color. That is where you're going to find that NCBA has a certain shade, has a certain shade of dark, all right? That is a shade of black. We copy this color code because that's the first color. Tunakuja hapa, let me just zoom in. Let me just zoom in so that you can see. All right, let me zoom out. Let me zoom out. So this is the first color. We select it over there. We come, we delete this. We paste our color code over there. And as you can see already, it should be set. Then we come back again to Adobe Illustrator. This is our second color. This one over here. Let me zoom in so that you can see. Then we select it. It's black, complete black. So we just come directly. Again, then we come and paste it over here. We just remove this and then we paste it on the color palette. Sorry. Some errors were made. So let me just redo that again. We go back again. We come again over here. We copy this second color. We copy it. Then we come again to WordPress, the backend itself. And then we paste the color. All right. Now remember, it's always important for you to do what? To publish. Yeah, usikute unafanya kazi, but everything is disappearing. So already, as you can see, we have something set. Okay. As you can see something that is already set. Then you have the global colors over here. The color of your text, you can change it to black. Like over here, you can come and change this to black. Ili kuwe that particular black color. All right. Then you can even change the color of your headings. You can change the background of your site. All these are changeable over here. But for now, let's leave it at that. Okay. Now, I want to introduce you to something we refer to as font. What is a font? A font, watu wengi wamezoea Times New Roman. But there's a website over here called Google Fonts. Give me a thumbs up. How many guys have heard of Google? How many guys have heard of Google Fonts? Give me a thumbs up kama umesikia Google Fonts mahali. Now, Google Fonts is used by developers all around. When a developer is designing or probably creating a website and they're looking for fonts to import into VS Code or into basically import when they're creating a website, Bloxy is a WordPress theme. It is a WordPress theme. All right. It is a WordPress theme. Okay. So if you're looking to get like to understand what it really means to create a website using WordPress, you need to also understand how to use WordPress themes. WordPress themes will basically give you the appearance of the website. Okay. So like if you look at all these are fonts that have been created. Very, very many fonts. If you look at all these are all fonts. Like we have Lato, we have Inter, ni mingi sana. But now in WordPress, you don't need to import these particular fonts. So we need to change the font style of our website. We click on typography over here, and then we can select a new font. Hii ni ya wale wase wenye wanataka kufanya web design. All right? All right? So don't worry. Don't worry if you're finding some issues. Kama uradanishi, don't worry. I'm really sorry about that, but this is learning how to create websites. So we can use a font. Like there's a font I personally like to use. It's called inaitango aje hii font. Why am I forgetting it? It's called DM Sans. It's a very good font, and you just click over here, then you click on continue. And as you can see already, the font has been changed all through your website. Then you click on publish. Okay, so let me go back. Now, over here on the general options, if you open them up, you can see that you have the first option in a layout. The layout allows you to set the maximum width of the website. Most of the time, hizi themes zinakuanga zimekuja zikiwa zimekusetia up everything. All right. So they normally come when they've set up everything for you, so you're not going to have an issue. Then if you look at all these are social networks. Kuna social networks hapa. So if you have like a social media profile, let's say you have a LinkedIn account, let's say you have email, let's say you have Facebook. Like a brief example, let's say my email is like this one. Let's say Facebook, I don't know my Facebook account. Let me check inaitango aje. I think it's this one. Yeah. So let me just copy it. I'll copy the link to that Facebook account. Then I'll copy the link to my Telegram channel. So let me come over here and copy this link. I'll come again, look for Telegram, ni scroll chini, and I look for Telegram. So I'm looking for Telegram. So I paste it over there. Then we can also look for TikTok. Is it TikTok? Let me just do TikTok. That's the account. So let me just copy this. I'll come over here. Sorry. I'll come over here and I'll just paste on TikTok. That is basically my social media profile. So in any case, you can link social media accounts in your website very, very easily. Now, we go back again. You can also have something on visitor engagement that is to do with Google Analytics and to understand everything of what is happening in your website. Then you need to have something in it to scroll to top. Scroll to top is a button that appears down here so that when someone scrolls all the way down to the website, they can actually just click and directly go to the top of that particular website. So that's something you need to understand. Now, okay. I hope you're still together. Give me a thumbs up. Kama unaona kama ni Greek, pole pole. Give me a thumbs up if you're still together. And I hope that you're still able to understand a thing or two. Yeah. If you're still, don't worry. Ukiona kama ni Greek, pole pole. Don't worry. You learn on the go. That's the thing I tell people. So we publish our changes over here. Now, here's the thing I want you to understand. This is the header of the website. This is the header. All right. And over here, you have the option of changing the logo. So you click on the logo over there, and then you can select the logo of that particular website. Now, remember the logo that we exported. We exported a logo. All right. So we'll go directly to where the folder I created. And I always tell someone that anytime you're creating a website, always organize your work. Kama ni logo, iweke in a folder and just name that folder logo. So we'll drag this logo over here and drop it over here. So when we drop it over there, we can just select that. That is our main logo. So as you can see over there, then we're going to disable this site title, as you can see. And probably now we can even increase the size of our logo. So you can increase the height just a little bit, kubwa kidogo, so that it's visible. And as you can see, you have something like that. Then you click on publish. All right, that is the first thing that you've done. Now we go back again, and as you can see, there are very many things that you can do over here. So remember, you have a top row at the top hapa, kuna top row hapa chini, hapa juu, na you have a bottom row. All right, and you have a bottom row. So what you'll do is you'll click on this part, that is the top row, click on design. All right, and then you can change the color. Unaweza change the color of that particular top row. Yeah, you can change it to like red. All right. Now, the reason as to why we want Kitu is because there is nothing that we've actually added on the top row. So we can decide to add something like our social media accounts. We can just drag them over there. And we're going to have links to our social media accounts. And already you can see something like that. So if we click on our socials, we can decide that we don't want Twitter. We don't want Instagram. All right. Easy. So we can decide that we want to use we have actually added TikTok. So let me just look for TikTok. We can add that. Let me just scroll again down here and we look for what we added email. Let me just click on email. Where is email? We click on add email. Then I think we also added another social media profile. Sijui ni gani. Which one did we add? We've added Facebook, TikTok, and email. For now, let's go with that. You can even add a phone if you have one, so that when someone clicks on it, it's going to directly take them to call you directly. So that's one thing you need to understand. All right. Now, if we click on the socials part over here, and then we click on design, you can change the color of icons. Okay. When you click on the color of the icons, you can change them to white. All right. And then you can decide that if someone hovers, ataona ikiwa color black. If you come back again to general, you can even decide to increase the font, the size of the icons. You can have something like this. So if you hover on them, you're going to have something like this. This is what you have. Now remember that one of the things that you have to remember is that when creating a website, all right, kuna mtu amesema tuongeze Telegram. Yes, we did have Telegram. So let me just add Telegram over here. We add it over there. So we're going to have all these as our icons. So remember, anytime you're creating a website, whether you're a developer, whether you're a web designer, whether you're someone who is involved in any activity when it comes to creating websites, you have to look at something we refer to as responsiveness. Now, what is responsiveness? Responsiveness is when creating a website, you have to make sure that your website is you can actually open the website easily on mobile. All right, that's the first thing. You can open the website easily on mobile, on tablet, or as well as open it quite easily when it comes to you can actually open it very easily on desktop. So how do you check whether the website is responsive? You click on these buttons zenye ziko hapa chini. First of all, let me just zoom in. This one, hii yenye iko hapa, this one allows you to check whether the website is visible. Sorry, I don't know why it's disappearing. This one over here, this over here. You see, okay, let me just zoom out. This allows you to check the visibility of your website. First of all, is desktop or laptop. Then you have tablet over here. So if you click on it, inakuonyesha venye mse wa tablet anaona the website. If you click, like you can decide, hapa hivi mse wa tablet unaweza mwekea icons. So we can add some social icons over here ili aone what we do, the various social media profiles that we have as a company. Then again, you can even decide that after that, you will then come over here and set something inaitwa a trigger. A trigger is like if you're unable to see, if you're really unable to see if you're unable to view the full menu in a website, there is a inaitangwa breakpoint. Yeah, it is a breakpoint that is set automatically such that ukiklik hapa, it's going to open that menu. All right, and a menu are the various pages that we have in the website. We're going to be getting to that in a few minutes. Then you have mobile. This is how someone who is using a mobile device is going to be able to see the website. You can adjust just a few things, whenever to reduce size your logo, make it a little bit smaller, and you're going to have something like that. All right. Now, once you're done, you just click on publish. All right. Now, remember, you can even hover back and move back to the mode. This is desktop mode. When I say desktop mode, is that you're able to see the website now in form of desktop, in a desktop or a laptop. Then we come down here. There is something we refer to as the footer. The footer is the part that is actually down below in a website. All right. You can decide to have a background color of maybe give it white. You can even give it black. So for now, we can give it a black color. Then there is some text in Itangwa copyright text that prevents you from copying content on a website or having issues with anything on the website. You can change the design of the color. You can change the color of the text. You can change it to white, ikaivo. So you're going to have something like that. All right. And then you can also decide that if you have a link in the website, it's going to have a red color. Okay. Then you can also decide that if someone hovers on it, you can decide that ataona color yellow. So if you hover here, you can see it changes to yellow. All right. You can see something like this. So that's it. Then you come to the general part. Then you can just click on align to align the text to the center. As usual, like if you're creating a document using Word, unasemanga align left, align right, align all these. So basically that's it. That's one thing you need to understand. So that's one of the things that you need to set up. So you can change you can just change these and say, give the name of the website. You can just say HR Associates. All right. So you're going to have copyright the current year. So if you figure 2025, it's going to change automatically. And then we click on publish. So we are mostly done with majority of the parts of the website. The next thing that you need to do is create something we refer to as a menu. All right. And the menu are the various pages in the website. So remember, when you are generating the copy of the website, as you remember over here, if you can remember, tulisema the website is going to have the homepage, about us page, our services, blog, and contact. So what I'll do is I'm going to come and click on create menu, and I'm going to name my menu HR Associates main menu, probably 2024. If there are going to be any changes, we're going to make sure that it's header menu 1, and then we can give it mobile menu. You can have as many menus as possible. Then we click on next. Then over here, this is where you add the various pages in the website. So obviously we have the homepage. That's the homepage. We click on add. We're going to add that as our page. Then you're going to say about us. We add it. Then you're going to say our services. And then you're going to click on add. Then you're going to say contact us. We add that particular page, and then we click on this part and this we say blog. That is the final page that you're going to be having for the website. All right. So these are all the various pages that we have. And as you can see, ziko sawa. So we can come and adjust a few things on the main row. All right. So we can move this menu, just move it over here to the center. All right. We're going to have something like that. This is the menu itself. This is the menu. Then we can click on this part of the menu, and then we can click on the design. We can decide that if someone hovers, this is what they'll get. We can even decide to change this color ikuwe hivi. So if you hover, you're going to have such an effect. All right. This is something that you can have. So basically that's it. Most of the time watu wanafikiria kutengeneza website ni kitu ngumu, ni kitu ngumu. Now like imagine you train yourself how to design a website in this manner, and then you charge your first client 15,000. Unataka kuniambia uko nyuma kweli? Now for me I would charge you like 35 or even 100,000. So it's up to you to think about creating a website through this very, very simple format. Now let's go to badilisha some few things. We click on the design again. Tuseme that we want the font size ifike around like let's say we have 15, all right, or even we can decide to have something like 14 pixels. So we're going to have something like that. So we're going to have home, about us, our services, contact us, blog. All right. Then the next thing that you have to remember is that you need to set something very, very important. When you're developing a website using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or probably you're using even a backend language, it's very important for you to remember that you need to set the home page. Now, what is the home page? What is the home page? The home page is the website that you're going, the first page that you're going to first see when you open any website. Okay. So like, for example, what you will do is you're going to come down here, utakuja hapa chini, all right, and then you're going to click on homepage settings. When you click on homepage settings, this is where you're going to set the page that is actually going to be the main homepage for your website. So if you click on static page over here, you will come and set the homepage. You can decide to have it as the home the main page. So that is the main page that you're going to be having for your website. Yes, to those who are asking, this is WordPress. This is learning how to create a website using WordPress. Now, once you're done, you just click on publish. So anytime, like for example, if we come and search for hrassociates.com, if we search for hrassociateslimited.com, the first page that is going to open up is the home page. This is the home page. As you can see over here, this is the home page. And it's very, very important for you to understand that you can set your home page very, very easily. Imekuwa rahisi sana. It's the same way like when you're creating a website using WordPress, using HTML, unasemanga index.html. That is going to be the landing page or the main page that is going to open up in your website. All right. So now we go back, we customize just something very simple. We want to remove this page title. So what we'll do is we're going to click back over here, then we disable the page title. And itakuwa as easy as that. Now we are done. Most of it, setting up, hiyo story yote ya kusetup, we are mostly done with setting up our website in the backend. There are very many other things that you can set in your website. Kuna kitu inaitwa site identity. Now, here is where graphic design comes. Now, site identity is where you set up, there's something we refer to as a favicon. A favicon ni ka icon kenye kana kuanga hapa kwa website. So let me show you how to set that up. We will come directly over here, all right, in our logo. This is Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to create a new artboard, plus it over here. Usiogope na hizi lugha mingi. Kama inakuletea shida, you can learn. It can take you between 3 to 6 months to master all these. Then you can come and change the width. We say many 512 pixels. The height you change it to. Again, you can say the height is going to be 512 pixels, and then you're done. Okay. Then you come and select this icon. Hii HR ndio tunataka. We copy it. Then we paste it over here. So we're going to resize it. We're going to resize it to resize up to that point. So we're going to have this as our favicon. So how am I going to export it? I'm going to just click on file over here, click on export, and then I'm going to click on export for screens. And then I'm going to say this one is HR-associates website icon. And then I'm going to say the size is 512 pixels. by 512 pixels. The reason unasikia name hivyo is to allow SEO, so that if someone decides to search for the company's logo, they can actually find it very easily because I've named it directly. So this is the icon. Then, so I'll come directly into the website, and then I'm going to click on site icon. Okay. Then I'm going to select all these. Select this part over here, drag it and drop it. And then I'm going to select these as my icon. Right. See, let's see if it's going to, oh, sorry, I didn't export the right format. I'm going to, like, you have to export it as a PNG file. A PNG is an image that doesn't have a background. It has no background in it. So let me export that. And as you can see, let me just open this up so that you can see it. This is a PNG file. The PNG file, as I said, it doesn't have a background. So if you look at this image, if you zoom in, ukizoom in kidogo, you can see that it doesn't have any background. And what I mean by not having any background is that it has no background that you can actually say that hii background ya hii logo ni hii color fulani. All right. So what I'll do, let me just cancel this and show you let me demonstrate it to you easily. So if you come over here, let me just hide all these. If I come over here and I create a new file, this is Adobe Photoshop. I create a new file, and then let's say we give it a size of 1,000 pixels by 1,000 pixels. And then I click on enter. I can actually come and let me show you something else, ladies and gentlemen. There is a website in inaitangwa freepik.com. How many guys have heard of freepik.com? Freepik.com. Wangapi wamesikia about freepik.com? Freepik.com is where you get, like, in future, if you decide to become a graphic designer, if you decide that mimi mtu wangu, mimi nataka kukuwa graphic designer, freepik.com is the website that you will use to get images and files. So, like, for example, I'll come and look for images over here. So what I'll do is I'll search for a photo, and I'll search for an image on a human resource, because we are creating a website for a human resource agency. And these are images that you pay for. Like for me, I pay a license of around 10,000 to 12,000 per year. This one allows you to get high quality images that have no copyright issues, and you get a license. So like, for example, let's say we download this particular image. All right. Then we come and just click on this part over here. And we want to download what size? Let's say we download the large image. Okay. We're going to download that particular image into our website. So remember, again, I want to tell you something about web design and graphic design. It's very important for you to remember that kama unataka kufanya graphic design and web design, you need a fast and efficient computer. Actually, when I say a fast and efficient computer, it's very important that nowadays you consider, all right, you consider getting a computer that is very fast. Especially, me, I would recommend that you get a computer that has a graphics card. A graphics card allows you to have a lot, like right now, I'm streaming live on TikTok. I am recording the session on Google Meet. I'm running software, Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop, and my computer is actually working very well. I'm using a HP Victus. It's actually Core i5. It's a Core i5 and has a graphics card of it's NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060. It's a gaming machine. So as you can see, it's very fast. Hutaki kwenda kuonyesha client, unamuonyesha kazi kidogo kidogo, machine karibu ikufe juu ya venye imepumua. Imepumua sana bana, ina try kufungua file. Like you're running Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, machine karibu ikufe juu ya venye imepigwa kazi. So you need a very good machine when you're thinking of getting into graphic design and web design. All right. Now, to those who are saying whether I'll send the recording, I'll send the recording, but I'll send it in my Telegram channel. You can be part of it. Mimi, as most people fear getting into Telegram, juu wanafikiria that me, I don't post pornography in my Telegram channel. So you can be part of it. Now, we click on the file part over here, then we open. So I'll click on the downloads tab. I have downloaded that file. I'm going to click on it, this part over here, then click on open. Okay. This is Photoshop. If you want to learn how to use Photoshop, again, I have a free course on the same. Nitapatia the free course for those guys who are going to be attending night school. Nitapatiana to 25 people for free. Okay. So we can drag our image over here. Tukuje to draw papa. I'm trying to demonstrate to you what it means to use a PNG file. So a PNG file is something like, see to export here. This is our PNG file. We drag it and drop it over here. As you can see, unaona haina kitu background. The only thing that you can see is that you can see it's the logo alone. So this is what I mean by a PNG file. So like even assuming tukuja hapa tuseme we change the background color, you can see it remains the same. You can even manipulate it in Adobe Photoshop and you change the color. You can change the color very easily. You can even change the color to something like give it a color overlay. You can even change it to color white. So that is what I mean by a PNG. All right, a PNG can easily be manipulated as compared to a JPEG. A JPEG is something like this. You know, directly, it has a background. It has a lot of things. All right, like let me just export this image again as a JPEG so that you can see. So I'll come over here and select JPEG and then click on export. Niki export wacha uone. So if I come to Photoshop and then I come and drag that particular logo, nikuja ni drop hapo. Let me see if it's going to open up. You see already imekuja na ka background. You see, this is the background it has. It has a white background. So let me close this up and then show you some of the tricks that you can do with Photoshop. Nawaambianga mjifunze how to use Photoshop. Like if I drop this down over here, you see, this is an image with a background. So if I come and select the magic eraser, na nitoe hiyo background, sinaona imetoka yote. I can even come and add a new background color. So that is how you use Adobe Photoshop. Okay, get that, ladies and gentlemen. Now this is something else that you can create using Photoshop. Kama hizi imecreatiwa na Photoshop. This poster over here that you can see imetengenezwa na Photoshop, and as you can see everything is movable. Kila kitu is movable over here. You can move these. You can even resize it. You can even resize it very easily. You can even resize it very, very easily. So one thing I tell people is that you're not limited to learning a new skill. Isn't it to imagine you're just from your workplace, umetoka kazi, but umekuja kwa nyumba and someone has told you design a poster for me. Hiyo ni dhao hukuwa nayo. Yeah. So yes, that's it. Now we move on. Let me just cancel this up. So we were on our website and nilikuwa na try kuelezea the concept of a PNG file. So I'm going to upload that PNG file yenye ni mpya as our site icon. So I'm going to select that site icon over here. I think it's this one. Ni drop hapo hivyo. Then I'm going to click on select. And then I'm going to click on crop the image. So when I click on crop the image, automatically, si munaona hapa hivi, if we zoom in, let me see if we can zoom in over here. This icon hapa, kamekuja tayari. It's already there. This icon. I hope all of you can see. Give me a thumbs up if you can see. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. If you're looking to get Adobe Photoshop, kama unatafuta Adobe Photoshop, we even have, nilikuwa nimeshare a folder on the same. So I think I had shared a link. I had shared a link on Adobe Photoshop CC Master Collection. All right. I had shared the link directly in the Telegram channel. So I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it so that you can see tulikuwa tumeshare that particular file in the Telegram channel. But again, si lazima ukuje utafute zote once. In the Telegram channel, kuna files. We have the files. And as you can see already, we have Adobe Illustrator over here. This is Adobe Illustrator. You can come and download it. We also have Adobe Photoshop over here. Ziko hapa, you just download, install, and just start using them. Okay? So that's one thing you can use. Good. So hiyo tumeshamalizana nayo. We need to publish our changes. Now, that is my step. Hizo ndio the strategies that I use. Now, over here, you can decide to do some edits. Unaweza sema, you see, even in the footer, you have rows, you have like kuna the top row, the middle row. You can decide to edit the middle row. Useme the middle row itakuwa na columns ngapi, utengeneze ikuwe na mbili. Yeah? You can even decide that it's going to have how many. You can even decide it's going to have one. You can even decide that it's going to have three. All right. There are many things that you can do, but because of time, I don't want to cover much of this. But before April, we're going to be launching a full new course on learning how to design websites from scratch. So please make sure that you tune in for that. Now, we'll go back to our website. Now, this is the website itself. Now, ukiangalia, this is what you refer to as the WordPress dashboard, the backend itself. And you can click over here, and then we click on dashboard over here to end back to what we were looking at. Now, the next most important step is plugins. Now, what are plugins when it comes to creating a website using WordPress? Plugins add extra functionality. Plugins add extra functionality. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to take you so far. Sitaki kuwapeleka mbio sana. this is the part I'm going to end with today. This session is not going to be only the first session. Kutakuwa na another session, all right? But plugins add extra functionality. Now here the plugins I use most of the time. The first one is called Elementor. Elementor is a page builder. Elementor is a page builder. I install it. At the same time, there's another plugin inaitangwa Elementor Header and Footer Builder. This one allows you to build your header and your footer very easily. Those are two plugins I install. At the same time, I look for a plugin inaitwa Join Chat. All right? Join Chat allows me to integrate WhatsApp in my website. Then I also come again and install another plugin inaitwa Forminator. Forminator allows me to install forms. Unaona zile forms za kuambia watu insert your name, your email address, your phone number, then you click on submit. This is another form that I install. That is another plugin that I install when I'm creating a website using WordPress. There are very many other plugins that you can install. There's another plugin inaitangwa Yoast. Yoast is basically used for SEO. There's another plugin inaitangwa all-in-one SEO. That is if you want to use it. If you want to cache, kuna vitu zinaitangwa caching in WordPress. This means that you're just trying to minify your JavaScript, CSS, and just a few things to make the website load faster. Hizo zisikushtue sana. As with time, you're going to understand, you're going to comprehend this pole pole. Then, anytime you're creating a website, you need that website to be indexed on Google. A brief example of indexing is this. If you search for Elvis W, the first website that is going to come up at the top, ni yangu. This is what we refer to as indexing. If you come and search for a website called Terra Creations, ukisearch for Terra Creations, the first website that is going to come up is my website. We achieve this by indexing your website on search engines. So the search engine that mostly people use is Google. So there's a plugin ya index your website. It's called Sitekit by Google. You click on it and you install it. At the same time, if you want to understand the analytics of your website, who and who are visiting your website, kuna plugin inaitangwa Monster Insights. You need to install that. All right? You need to install that. After you're done, you can come and click on installed plugins, and then you can decide to activate, deactivate, delete, or even enable auto updates for plugins. So if we click on the inactive plugins, let me just zoom in over here. Let me zoom in. If we click on the inactive plugins, we have the ability to see all the plugins zenye ziko inactive. So like this one is a default one. This one to may install, so we can tick it. We can also select this one, Elementor Header and Footer Builder. We can also come and select Forminator. We can come and select Google Analytics. Then we can also come and select Join Chat over here. Then we can also come and select Lightspeed Cacher. And then we can select Sitekit by Google, Yoast SEO. And then we select bulk actions. And then we click on activate. And then we click on apply. All right. Machine, kuna mtu anauliza ati machine itaripuka. Haitaripuka. Msee anasema itaripuka. Si machine itaripuka. Haiwezi ripuka, machine haiwezi ripuka. Itafanya kazi. Kuna mtu amesema itabidi umekizungumkutua. Kizungumkuti. Don't worry. Let me tell you one thing. Hii ni kionjo hii. Hii ni kionjo. What if someone starts introducing? Let me show you something hapa. Juu mnaona kama hii ni let me show you hapa. Sasa umeanza kuambiwa vitu kama Next.js. Let me show you. Acha nikuonyeshe kidogo uanguke. Uanguke. This is Python. Acha sasa nikuonyeshe. Juu mnasema hii ni ngumu. Now sasa niambie you are writing such things. Vitu kama hizi. Hata wachana na hiyo. This one is a bit easy to understand. Let me take you to JavaScript. Let me take you to JavaScript so that you understand the intensity. Sasa hebu niambie umeambiwa uandike vitu kama hizi zote. Si hii ni kizungumkuti zaidi. This one is kizungumkuti. Hii ni noma hii my friend. Hii ukiangalia hapa hivi. And these are the things that I'm telling people to learn. You see, when hizi madunia zingine zikipigana vita, zikishinda, zikibishana, mimi ni mwanamke, mimi ni mwanaume, we should be talking about such things in our country. Tunafaa kuwa tunajifunza vitu kama hizi. Yeah? So kama unaona hizi ni kizungumkuti, let me show you something else. Let me show you something. I'm looking for something else. How many guys know how to use Java? How many guys know how to use Java? Java. Angalia sasa vitu kama hizi, public class main, public static void, main string, Angalia hizi vitu zote hapa. Let me zoom in niwaonyeshe zile vitu nawaambianga msome. Hizi ndo vitu mnafaa kuwa mnasoma, my friend. These are the things you should be creating, because let me tell you, this is where the money is. Hapa ndio pesa iko. These things like this, I'm telling even Form 4 leavers, we wacha kushinda hapo ukifukuzana na binary bot na forex. Come and learn how to use programming languages like Java. Yeah, kuja know how to use MySQL, and you understand what is SQL, what is it used for, what is C++. Unaona hizi lugha zote. Let me tell you, if you only sat down and understood what is this programming language, kaa chini and understand this is how you use this programming, kuja tu hapa to W3, hii utaelewa all the things. And actually, by the way, hata kama you're learning web design, I tell someone the first thing that you need to start with as a programming language is HTML. Hiyo ndio language naambianga watu you start with. So kama hiyo unaona kama ni kizungumkuti, my friend, na sasa ukianza kuonyeshwa hizi, alafu uanze sasa kuintroduciwa, like let me show you. I want to introduce you to a YouTube channel called Free Code Camp. And actually everyone by next year, you should have learned 1 or 3 skills on Free Code Camp. So let me search for Free Code Camp hapa nikuonyeshe. Free Code Camp, so that you understand the technicalities that we are needing today. Unaona? You need to understand, like, ona, front to end LangChain projects. Hizi vitu ni university gani imefunza hizi vitu? Like, this is another course. Actually, let me just share this in my Telegram channel. Let me share. Let me just put it over there. Ili muje muzitumie, so that this is information that you can use. Yeah. Imagine learning. This one is an introduction to programming, a free course. Python, HTML. Hii kwanza. You see this one, Harvard CS50. This one. This one is very. These are the things that we should be understanding in Kenya. Sahi, when other countries are fighting, yeah. When other countries are fighting, we should be learning this. Someone is saying that is why Asians are smart. Yeah. You are, sisi Kenya too, when we are focusing on stupid things, like sijui which celebrity left the others, sijui which celebrity. These people are studying these things. What were forex trading and all these things. Why haven't you come and learned something we refer to as algorithmic trading? All this is information that is available for you. Yeah. I've introduced my brother to all these things. Angalia, let me show you. You go to a school in Kenya, you spend 400,000 shillings learning data analysis. Now this one is an industry standard course. These are industry standard course. This is just an industry standard course on data analysis that you can learn. So my friend, ukisikia nikiwaambia tusome skills, siwaambii tusome juu ni za upuzi, because most people have not been able to learn these things. And it is up to you to take on the challenge and learn how to use these to learn, or you take the challenge and ujifunze hizi vitu zote. Like if you look at all these are things that would really help you. So hiyo kitu unaona kama ni kizungumkuti, na hiyo sasa je, hiyo yenye nimekuonyesha, like in fact you can even come and learn something like there's something we refer to as Flutter. Flutter is basically used for the development of mobile applications. All right, and it's very important. Like this one is a free course, 37 hours. It's a 37-hour course on how to create mobile applications on Flutter, assuming you only dedicated 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day, continuously 1 hour a day, kila siku 1 hour a day. Are you telling me in a period of 60 days huwezi kuwa programmer ama developer wa mobile applications? And soon enough you create a portfolio for yourself and start making money from that. And it's not a mandatory that you start looking for remote jobs. Actualize and monetize that particular skill. Ukilearn skill, wacha kutuwekea mabillboard huku Nairobi mzima ukituambia uko na sijui nini. Monetize the skills that you have. So mimi nilikuwa na introduce to something very simple. Believe me, WordPress is very simple. Very, very simple. So yeah, we were there. So I think kizungumkuti imezungumkutwa kidogo. I think can we agree with that, ladies and gentlemen? Kizungumkuti imezungumkutwa kidogo. Yeah, good. So I didn't want to take you so fast, but these are the plugins. This is where you manage all the plugins in WordPress. all the plugins, and then you can enable auto updates. Now remember, huwezi create website kama, how will I put it? You cannot create a website like Amazon using WordPress. WordPress is something just for, like, let me say it's meant for micro, small and medium enterprises. Watu hawana vitu mob vile. But at the same time, you see, people think that WordPress is a waste of time. Me, I tell people, we endelea tu kusema it's a waste of time, while other people are already monetizing that particular skill. Now, wacha nikuonyeshe. This one is my WordPress website. Naambianga watu that you can use the same WordPress to help yourself. This WordPress website is able to generate income for me. Nafunzanga watu how to create websites over here. And I also even sell ebooks. I even sell material. So you're not limited. In fact, if you wanted to create a blog in Kenya today, the easiest way to create a blog in Kenya is by using something we refer to as what? WordPress. Like ukiangalia hapa, this is my website. Basically, the page views in the previous 30 days was around 9,939. In total, the website has 2,366 users. Nimeweza kutengeneza courses, and I've been able to sell these courses to various people. Every person is able to access like a general dashboard. Lakini sasa ikifika ni time you're dealing with millions and millions of people, kidogo, my friend, you need to make sure that something is functioning properly. And that is why I'm telling anyone, as long as you are learning WordPress, jifunze pia how to use programming languages. Like I have 4,046 students, all right? Kidogo nimewafichia pesa hapa msione, okay? So like this one, these are basically courses that I have. Yeah? These are the basic courses that I have on web design. Like kama kuna hii yenye ilikuwa ya introduction to investing. We have this course on mastering freelancing. We have this course on money market funds. These are all things I monetize. These are all things I monetize using WordPress. Okay, very nice. So hapo tumefika. Ladies and gentlemen, tuko sawa? Give me a thumbs up if tuko sawa. Tuko sawa. I want you to mark this domain. This is a client of mine. This is a client of mine. Hii website tunatengeneza na nyinyi. Pole pole, pole pole, pole pole, pole pole. The session today was meant to be for one person. It was meant to be for one person, but nikasema wacha tu nifunza hawa watu na ni wengi. We over 500 people, which is okay. At least it's quite good to see that people are interested in learning. We are 249, 250 on TikTok, 250 on Google Meet, which is good. So now I'll basically show you a thing or two. Kuna kitu inaitangwa Elementor. Elementor is a page builder. What do I mean by a page builder? You see, in Adobe Illustrator, like you see over here, you can build everything by itself. Like, let me show you. You can come and create a tab like this one. We extend kidogo. Ukuje useme, website yangu nataka ikae hivi, ikuwe na header hapo. This is going to be the header. I want to show you how design layout and something. Kuna kitu ingine inaitangwa UI UX design. So we can decide to have our logo over there. Kidogo tuseme logo hii ikuwe white. Then we can decide that we need the menu to be, tunaweza sema the menu ikuwe, we're going to have the menu at the top. So we're going to have the home, about us, services, contact, and blog. So tusongeshe hii kidogo. Very nice. So we're going to have something like that. So this is basically it. Then tuweke hapo. Then we just have something like that to reduce hii kidogo. Then tuseme hapa tutaweka picha. So what we will do is we'll drag one of the photos. Kuna picha tuli download hapa. We drag one of the photos over here. We're just trying to come up with a very simple layout for the website. Layout tu. Hii layout, ukitengenezea mtu layout kama hii unamwambia ni 5,000 and you've only taken just a few seconds. Then we extend this. This is just something. Inaitangwa sketching. You can do something like sketching. We're going to have something like this. Then hapa tukuje tuseme tutaweka something. Now normally if you are coding ungesema kitu kama a div. Yeah, you can decide to have that div ikuwe na like 2 columns or 1 column. So like for now we can decide to have 1 column. Then I want to introduce you to something we refer to as copywriting. Unajua mimi nawachanua, you make money on all avenues. On all avenues. Software nimekupatia for free. You don't need to install any serial key. You don't need to pay anything. You don't need to pay anything. Software iko available hapo. You go and download that software. All right? So, this is basically a copy. Copywriting. Now, I want to cover something before I wind up. So, okay, wacha tuende kidogo. So, we're going to have this one is a header. Now, in HTML, kuna vitu zinaitangwa H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So, this one is just headings. H1 is the biggest heading. So, we can have this one as our main heading. We copy that. Tukuje hapa tuweke hapi hapa. All right, we draw a very simple text box. Tuiweke hapo. We increase the font size. This one is the main text that someone is going to see. Okay, so we can have ikue hapo, ikue like such a manner, and then we can decide that this one inaweza kuwa, the font is going to be like DM Sans, regular, but hii itakuwa bold kidogo. All right, going to have something like that. Then we resize this. Good. Tukuje hapa tena, tuseme at HR Associates, we copy that, we bring it over here, we paste it. Msijalishwe na haraka. You know, when you've done something for so long, inakuingia kwa kichwa. I can create a website in 2 hours. So mi hainisumbuangi sana. So this is basically a layout. And then we can decide that we will add a very simple button over here. Tuseme tutaongeza ka button. Very simple button. Hii button itasema tuiweke color. This one is going to be the color. And then we can come and say that this button should open page inaitwa our services. Are we together up to that point? Give me a thumbs up kama tuko pamoja, ladies and gentlemen. Are we still together? Tuko pamoja. There is a statement that Kibe uses, but I don't want to use it over here. Sitaki kuimention, mseme mimi ni misogynist. I don't want to use it over here. So, good. Up to that point, we are together. This is basically a very simple layout. Unaona, mtu wangu nakwambianga, you can make money in various avenues. Sasa mtu hana idea ya kutengeneza website, but they are looking for a layout. Unakuja unalipwa. So now I want to show you how we are going to actualize this. Then we can decide tukue wajanja kidogo. Let's create another, it's called a div. Ukicode, the moment you're coding using HTML and CSS and JavaScript, you tend to create a lot of divs. Like, let me just show you a very simple. How many guys know how to use VS Code? Give me a thumbs up if you know how to use VS Code. VS Code. Kama unajua kutumia VS Code, give me a thumbs up. Nyini wala wase wanoma. Wala wase wanoma. Let's create a new, we're going to create a new file. Sorry. We're going to open a folder. Let me go to the desktop. So let me open the desktop. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to say the name of the folder is sample website. And we're going to rename it as, we're going to create a new file. We're going to create a new file inaitangwa nini, in text document. Is it a text document? Index.html. Tuone kama itafunguka. Then we go and click on file. We open folder, sorry. We're going to open the folder, file, open folder. What is that folder? Niyo folder iko wapi mtu wangu bana? Kompyuta inataka kuniangusha sasa yenye nimechocha huku bana, design nyingine iko sasa yenye nimetengeneza kazi bwana. Let me just create a new file over here, niseme index.html. Sasa yenye nimejichocha hapa bana, kompyuta inakuja kuniaibisha. Now we have this HTML. Usijalishwe na hizi vitu zote. One day you're going to understand all these. Yeah. So obviously HTML is something like this. This one is the title of your website. So you can rename the title to be something like HR Associates. Mtu wangu, hizi ni vitu mingi unaweza fanya. By the way, these are a lot of things that you can learn and use and even actualize. So over here we can have something like, you can even have something inaitwa div. Then inside the div unaweza kuwa na H1. H1 is the heading. Then after H1 you can even have a paragraph. After a paragraph you can have something like an image. Yeah. Unaweza kuwa pia na button. These are all things that you can do. So You need to understand all these things. So basically, this is just a very simple sample for you to understand. Kizungumkuti isikupate, you know, you learn pole pole. So over here, this is just a very simple sample of a website. So this is what we'll do. Let me just go back to my website. Nimesema edit the page. As you can see, you have options to indicate HR, to talk about your website. On this part yenye imeandikwa Yoast SEO, this is where you manage search engine optimization for everything on your website. So you're going to type in HR Associates, all right? That is the name of our website. And then we're going to add a very simple description. So this is the very simple description that we have. Inaitangwa a meta description. And you remember kale ka kitu fulani tuliweka, there's a ka icon tuliweka hapa hivi. I hope you can see this ka icon. Haka. Si mnakaona? Give me a thumbs up if you can see that ka icon that we created. If you're able to see that ka icon, very nice, very nice. Najua masaa imefika ya watu kulala, so I'm going to wind up very fast. Then the next thing that you do is you come and select your template. The template inafaa kuwa Elementor full width. That is the first thing that you check. Then you click on what? You click on update. After you do that, it's going to give you an option to edit your website. So utakuja uklik hapa, you seme edit with Elementor, and it's going to open everything about your website on Elementor. Hapa unaweza kuja useme, we rarely read a lot of these regulations, so me I skip them anyway. Hata wewe, I didn't know and signs up to terms and conditions. Now, here's a trick, my friend. Elementor works with something we refer to as sections and containers. This one is an updated version of Elementor. So this plus button in unaona hapa, you just click on it and then add a new container. Container ya kwanza iko na one column. This one has one column. This one has this one has one row. This one has two rows. Sorry, two columns, 4 columns, 3 columns, 4 columns, 3 columns, 3 columns, 6 columns. These ones are 5. These ones are 5. These ones are 4. We want this one. We click on that. Sasa wacha nikuchanue na this one nataka ulale ukiwa nayo kwa kichwa. Today I want you to sleep with this. There are two things. The first one is called padding. The second one is called margin. Padding and margin. Padding and margin. In the comment section of TikTok, andika padding. In the comment section ya TikTok, andika padding. In the comment section of TikTok, all right? Padding. P-A-D-D-I-N-G. P-A-D-D-I-N-G. In the comment section of Google Meet, andika padding. Andika padding. Padding. Uimbe padding mpaka kesho. Si budding. Wani umeleta budding. Nasema padding. Na mtu fulani anasikia vitu zake. Sijasema budding, nimesema padding. Yeah? Padding. Yeah? Padding. Sijasema budding. Me bwana, don't make me think I'm mkale bwana. Yeah? You want me to specify, but anyway. Hiyo damu, okay. Padding. P-A. Onesmus, najua hapo hivi ungekuwa umestress sana. Ungekuwa umechoka ulimi ukiambia watu budding. Budding. Okay. Now, we will click on these. Unaona utu dots tuko hapa. Let me zoom in. Hii wacha ni zoom in so that you can see. These two dots over here, is the theta. They allow you to edit a container. They allow you to edit what? A container. There's a tab iko hapa imeandikwa advanced. In the advanced, kuna margin na kuna padding. Remember we said padding. So the padding will set a value of like 20 pixels. Sorry. Let me set 20 pixels. All right. Ukiangalia kuna ka space kamejiongezea. See this ka space? This ka space is very, very important when you're creating a website. Mtu wangu hutaki kutengeneza website inakaa tu kama ilitengenezwa 1400. You want to create something that looks very nice. Now, for me to explain padding very easily, wacha tukuje in Word. We create a new document. Like if you look at this, umenote kuna two margins. Like anytime you create a document, kuna margins huku, unashangaa hii space. Like if let's generate some, let's just copy some dummy text. Tutaenda lorem ipsum. This one is just where you get dummy text. It's dummy text for websites. So we're going to open lorem ipsum to kuja to copy this text over here. This one is just dummy text. We copy it to kuja to paste hapa. All right. As you can see, si unaona inakaa vizuri. Let me just paste it properly. Ikae tu vizuri. Let me change it to Times New Roman yenye mmezoea kufanya assignment nayo. Niweke space ya 1.5 ili watu wa university mzione kama na make mistakes. You might start wondering, my friend, you've not justified that, huja justify homework, na wala watu mmezoea kufanyia wazungu homework. Msione kama mwanze kusema plagiarism. Okay, so this is my way of trying to explain what it means to have padding. Unaona kaka space, this ka space is very necessary. Hii unaona hapa juu on the right, yeah, I'm lacking a way to illustrate. Hapa unaona, hapa chini, this is very important space. Now assuming, wacha tufanyaje? Wacha to change the layout. Let's remove all the margins. Tuseme tuweke hivyo. Now, what do you think? Bado inakaa vizuri because there is some space. But what if we removed all the space? Let me just remove all the spacing. Let me remove all the spacing so that you can see. Muone venye inakaa view. It's going to be very shaggy. It's going to be a very shaggy document. Let me adjust this one. Acha to adjust hii kidogo. We move this to this side and to adjust hii tulete hivyo. Hii tupeleke hivyo, hii tupeleke hivyo. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about that? Ukifungua hiyo kitu wenyewe hata wewe si umeboeka. Give me a thumbs up if it looks good. Kama inakaa poa nitumie thumbs up. Tell me if it's okay. Inakaa vizuri. It doesn't look good because it doesn't have that uniformity in spacing. That is why I'm trying to explain padding. Wala watu mnafikiria padding is budding. So let me undo back, turudi back. This is now what we get to achieve. Okay? Now we move on to the next step. Tumetengeneza our page, all right? Now inside here, tumeweka padding ya 20. Now remember, in the process of starting this particular class, nilimwambia mshike kitu fulani inaitwa nini? Responsiveness. You remember something I told you about responsiveness? Give me a thumbs up if you remember responsiveness. You remember responsiveness. Responsiveness is that you have to make sure that your website is going to open properly on mobile devices, on tablet devices, on laptops. Andika responsiveness. Leo before ulale, you have two terminologies in your head. Responsiveness. Responsiveness. Iyo ingie kwa kichwa yako, my friend. Responsiveness. Yeah? It's very important for you to get that. Kesho ukienda job, ambia watu vitu kama padding. Shtua watu na language. Anza kuambia vitu kama HTML. Anza kuambia vitu kama div. Anza kumwambia margin. Ukifika anza kumshtua na Illustrator. Mshtua na Adobe Photoshop. Anaona wewe msee, wewe unajua chenye unataka unafanya. And you see the funny thing is, web design hii course nimewafunza in just over less than 2 hours. But sasa kuna gumbaro fulani itaenda 4 years. Ifunzwe web design. 4 years unafanya nini shule? And yet you can learn these things in 2 weeks. Unafanya nini 2 years shule, and then ama you go to an institution and pay 400,000 to be taught web design, ukuje utafute kazi. So kesho ukienda job, shtua watu na responsiveness, H1, H2, waambie vitu kama VS Code, washtue na vitu kama lorem ipsum, washtue kidogo wasikie, ala, kwani hii kijana bwana, washtue na kitu kama TypeScript, JavaScript, yeah, programming, Python, Flutter, wanasikia haya, kwani ulikunywa nini weekend? You get. Now we'll do something very interesting. I told you in the beginning of the session that I'll teach you how to manipulate images. This is Adobe Photoshop. Now, to those who are asking where they can buy this particular machine, you can buy this machine in kuna duka nilinunua Mombasa Computers. If you want this particular laptop that I'm using, it's a HP Victus. HP Victus is very good for graphic designers, programmers, developers, video editors. Hii machine inachapa kazi vizuri sana. It has a RAM of 24 GB. It's a Core i5. But the most important thing, it has a HP Victus. Acha nikuandikie hiyo jina bwana. It's a HP Victus. HP Victus. This is the name. HP Victus. Bei yake acha nisimention, enda ukajulia kwa duka hiyo sitabonga hiyo. But let me see if I can find it online. Hii ni ya wale wa kama uko na do, if you want to buy it new, acha nisimention bei yake. I think already you've seen the price of that machine but it's quite good. Mimi naweza kuambia kama unaweza save miaka 5 unaweza enda ununue hiyo machine. This is basically the HP Victus. They are very other good. Okay, bei is you will start at around 115,000 Kenya shillings, but I think you can also get a refurbished one of it. Sijui ni kidogo, but I don't know. RAM it can get, inaweza ingiza RAM hadi ya around 32 GB because mine has 24 GB. You can get hiyo hata nikionjo bwana. I've used machines za 500,000 shillings. Nilionyeshwa machine na mwambie hebu shikilia hii machine. I don't want to drop it juu nitauza shamba. So yeah, we are here now. Tumesema we get to understand padding and then we get to understand margin. So tumeweka padding. Padding imeongeza ka space. So if you also add a padding of 200, simeona kitu yetu imeingia ndani. If we add a padding of 100, simeona kitu yetu imeingia ndani tena. Kidogo kidogo tuweke padding ya 50 imetoka nje kidogo, yeah? We can also mostly work with a padding of 25. Hiyo kitu iko sawa. Safi kabisa. Then this one is a container, remember. This one is a container. This is where you add your text. Sasa nilikuwa on Photoshop. We want to create a background. We want to create a what? A background. And we want to use a background image. So I'm going to create a new file. The width, usijalishwe na hizi terminologies. The width is 1200 pixels. The height is 600 pixels. Then we click on enter. Okay? Sasa kuna image tuli download. I told you, remember, and put this in your head. Kesho enda ushtue watu na jina ingine. Waambie kama mnataka image zenye hazina copyright kama kampuni, you can use a website called Freepik. Wakikuuliza ulijulia wapi, waambie ulijulia online. Waambie ulifunzwa na Elvis. So we will download this image. Hii image ukidownload unapewa hadi license. So let me just download it. It's a very good inakudownloadia very high quality images which are very, very good. So let me just open this up. As you can see, it's a very nice image. Hii ni image kali sana. Enyewe inaonyeshana these are people in HR, yeah? You can actually get to understand all this. Good. So we open this. We will come and drag and drop our image. Nikuje ni drop hapo. And then I'll just drag it again, niweke hapo. You see the importance of having a fast machine. Kuna mtu anakuwa na machine, anajaribu kuibembeleza bwana, machine is inapiga vumbi hadi watu. I think you've seen people with machines. Ina overheat bwana, inaanza hadi kufanya mufeel joto juu ya venye imefanya kazi. So you need a good machine. You need to get a very, very good computer. You can get a good refurbished one. Anza na a good refurbished one. A refurbished one anza at between Core i5 and Core i7. Recommended RAM is 8 GB. The best RAM that you can get for your computer is 16 GB. It's very, very good. Kuna mtu mwingine anasema mashine yake huwa inazima after 2 days. Buda. So we save our image over here. Let me save the image. We will save it as HR Associates. Tutaita the HR Associates. And we're going to call it HR Associates Limited Landing Image. That's the name. Then we click on save and then click on OK. So we'll save it as a JPEG. Hizo terminologies pia zisikushtue, usikuwe na stress. Sometime you might be hearing all these things and you're wondering, what is this? Utazishika. So we'll come over here, in our edit over here, then I'll show you a trick. We'll click on style, click over here, select an image. We upload the image over here. Tutakuja to drop the image that we just resized. Pia you can use this one, but the reason we resize images is, websites don't need heavy images. Mtu wangu unaweza weka website. Umewaifungua website za Gava? Unafungua, unatoka unaenda hadi Nairobi, unarudi bado haijafungua because they don't know how to create these websites professionally. Yeah? Unatoka unaenda shopping, unaenda Naivas, unapewa point, unapitia KRA, unarudi bado haijafungua. So they don't know how to create these websites and make sure that the website is functioning properly. Umeweka website, umeigonga image, inafungua, unangoja kesho, computer inazima, unafungua. It's quite normal with government websites. So this is a background image of your website. You can style it. Kunaweza kuja ustyle hapa. Simeona tumestyle hapa hivi. You can position it. Kuna kitu, there are various styles of positioning. Me, I tell people, and not the position that you're thinking, because some of you are dirty minded, we can center it ikue katikati. Then it's very important to, the most important thing that you remember is you don't want the image to be repeated again. So unasema no repeat ili itoe. Simeona kuna two changes hapo hivyo. Yeah. Then you can decide to change the resolution. Kuna vitu mob hapa. You can decide to change the display size. Mostly I advocate that you cover. And then you have something like that. We click on enter. Yeah. Wacha sasa tuone kizungumkuti yetu. Let's see what we've created so far. Already we have something like this. Yeah. Then the next thing that we need to do is we create a very simple tab. Tuongeze another. Now, these arrows mean that the elements in this particular container zitakuwa zina move chini ama zinakuwa zina move this side. So we'll select this, all right? Tukuja tena, ladies and gentlemen, you remember kuna kitu fulani niliwaambia inaitwa nini? Padding. You remember padding? Padding, tuweke padding ya 25. Yeah? Now, for responsiveness, you have to set your padding in a way that mtu hadi ako na tablet anaweza view padding in a different manner. So the padding for tablet devices unaweza set equal 15, and then the padding for mobile devices as 10. All right, then you click on update. Remember always save your changes. Mtu wangu umeandika word document, umesahau kusave. Kompyuta yako mzee imelia hadi kazima. Assignment imeenda tu hivyo na umefanya kazi 5 days. Always remember to save your work. Saving your work even as a graphic designer. I think graphic designers have had this issue. Umedesign logo, umechapa logo 3 hours. 3 hours umekuwa umechapa logo. Alafu computer inakwambia Adobe Illustrator has stopped working. My friend, na huko umesave. Na huko umesave kazi. Adobe Photoshop has stopped working. Na huko umesave kitu. Sasa hiyo umeambia client 10 minutes na umefanya kazi 3 hours. Always remember to save your changes. Kuna wakati unatokangwa na wazimu. You've worked for an entire day. Yeah? You've worked for an entire day. Umesahau kusave. Umesahau kusave. And that's why I advise, if you want to create a document, I always advocate that you use Google Docs. Go and use Google Docs. Juu hata stima yako ikizima, you will always have a backup of your file over here. So always use Google Docs. In night school, we're going to be covering this. Sasa, I want to end the session by just showing you a very simple illustration. Tutaongeza something we refer to as a heading. All right, we'll add a heading. Hiyo ndo heading yetu. The heading title, si niliwaambia tutaweka hii, welcome to HR Associates. We copy it. All right, then we come and paste it over here. As you can see, we have something like that. Now remember niliwaambia something about this is the layout we will have. This is the layout. Hii ndio layout yetu. So here's what we'll do. We will change it a little bit. Tutakuja tuseme we'll style it. We'll style it. All right, we'll click on the color. We can change the color to the theme colors zenye tulichagua. We change this to seme size ikuwe kubwa. You can increase the size. You can increase the size ikuwe kubwa, ikuwe ndogo. You can even come and make it thin. Yeah. After umefanya ikuwe thin, you can come and select these, and then you click on bold. Ikuwe bold. After umefanya hivyo, there is something I want you to show you something today. Yeah. Unaweza ongeza ka code. Mtu wangu leo nimewachanua bana. Today unafaa ukienda kwako kulala, yeah? Unafaa useme mtu wangu umechanuliwa. So this is what you've achieved. You've added something we refer to as a inaitwa break line ama nini. Most people are HTML and stuff know these things. Then si tulikuwa na hii layout. This is the document itself. So let's just copy this text. Yeah? Ni vizuri unakuwa na notepad to refresh your text vizuri. Then we add text tuiongeze hapa. We paste our text over there. All right. Then we can come and select our text. We change the color to black. Tukuje to increase font size. Tunaweza sema font size ya 20. Okay. Then we can come and select the container over here. Tukuje to click on layout. We minimize to ikuwe ndogo. Something like this. You see, it's very easy for you to create a website using WordPress. Hizi vitu zote unafaa kujifunza, my friend. And then finally, we can come and add a what? We can come and add a button. Yeah, we can add a button. Then we can come and click on style. Yeah, we click on style. We add a padding, tutoe hii padding, ama tutoe radius, tutoe ikuwe 0. You can add a padding. Nimeona leo nimewachanua on a term we refer to as padding. I think ukilala unafaa kuwa unasema padding. Yeah, background we change the color to red kidogo. Then we can change the text. Tumesema tutasema text is our services. So we have our services over here. We add our services. So when someone clicks on this page, anafaa kwenda wapi? Anafaa kwenda wapi? What do you think? What do you think? Comment. Mtu akiklik hiyo button, akiklik hii button, inafaa kumpeleka wapi? Tell me ladies and gentlemen, anafaa kupelekwa wapi? Where? Anafaa kupelekwa wapi? Wapi? Which page? When they click on the services button, our services. Customer amekuja ameclick our services. Yes, mtu anasema tunapeleka kwa services. So what we'll do is we'll come and right click over here. We copy this link address. Then we come to edit. We click on our services and then we paste the link over there. Then what will happen? We do something inaitwa open in new window. Then we click on update. Alafu mtu wangu, ili usicomplain sana useme nimetengeneza kitu hapo hivyo lakini sijaweka rangi. You see this color, like if you look at this is not white. This is gray. So I'm going to come and copy the color code. Nitakuja hapa kwa Adobe Illustrator. Adobe Illustrator, copy the code. Then I come and style over here. Click on the background, select this, paste that code, nimalize na ni click enter. All right. After nimefanya hivyo, I make sure everything is working in a responsive manner. So this is the view of my website on a tablet device, and this is the view of my website on a mobile device. Unaweza edit a few things. Unaweza sema, by the way, hii wacha ikuwe ndogo kidogo. You can decide to change the layout. The minimum height ikuwe kidogo for mobile devices. Then you can even decide to change the font size. You can reduce the font size kidogo ikuwe kitu kama hiyo. This one you can also reduce it. You can have something like 16 or 18. And then you're done. And like that, mtu wangu, unaambia client, nimeanza job, si unitumie deposit as you proceed on. And up to that point, ladies and gentlemen, I want to end my session at that particular juncture. We will still proceed on and try and understand more of how to create websites using WordPress. Now, siwezi waachilia hivyo bure. Lazima, si unajua kwa kitu lazima mniletee bwana. Hii unajua, hey, we have sessions coming soon. Zinaitwa Night School. And Night School is basically mastering computer and digital literacy in 3 weeks. We're going to be understanding what is computers. Yeah. We'll also get an introduction into Google Workspace. Now, in Google Workspace, tutakuwa tuna introduce Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Drive for storage. Unashika hizo vitu zote. But we'll also get to understand how to work with computers. We'll also get to understand the basic languages that can be used. We are going to understand what it means by hardware, what it means by software. We'll also get to have an introduction into operating systems. To understand Adobe Photoshop, this is Adobe Photoshop, as you can see. We'll also understand how to use Adobe Illustrator over here. We'll also get to understand browsers, Google Chrome, Mozilla, Microsoft Edge, Safari. We're going to talk about antivirus and security software, collaboration and communication tools utilizing Google Meet, Zoom, Slack, and Microsoft Teams. Pia we'll talk about email communication. Nitafunza watu how to write an email. Kuna mtu wa kwa miaka 40, 25, and bado unaandikanga email unasema, hey, you don't know how to write an email. We'll spend 2 hours learning how to write an email. 2 good hours nikifunza watu how to write emails. We'll also delve into digital literacy. Tutaongelelea online writing, si yenye mnafanyianga watu homework. We'll talk about graphic design, we'll talk about video editing, we'll talk about web development. Yeah, wale watu wenye wameshtuliwa kidogo na VS Code, hiyo ni kionjo. We'll also talk about digital marketing. At the same time, we'll talk about online business opportunities. We'll also talk about digital literacy. Charges is 2,500 Kenya shillings. It's a period of 21 days. Kama unataka kulipa, you can pay. You can use this till number. You can also WhatsApp me. Ukikuja directly kwa hii site, this website, that is nightschool.elvisw.online. Ukifungua tu hiyo site, if you open this particular site, ni hivyo. Ama ukienda tu online and search for Night School Elvis W. Hivyo tu, itatokea kwanza hapa. This one over here. Click on it, itakufungua to this site so that you can understand everything. If you want to pay, you can just directly send me a message on WhatsApp hapa. Ukinitumia message na unilipe, nitakuwa nimefurahi. I'll send you the instructions. And I hope that we will continue learning and taking it slowly. I want to open the floor for only 2 questions. 2 questions peke yake, usingizi imekuwa mingi. I have to get into bed. So if you have a question, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Okay. Wacha sasa niwafungulie mpige kelele. No. Wacha niwafungulie this thing, mpige kelele sasa. Good. Okay.
Hi,
Madheri.
Elvis.
Hi Bryce.
Hi, my name is Sarah
Mm-hmm.
and Bryce at the same time. I'm in the process of creating my website. I have been following your video on YouTube that you did a year ago. But my website is like I'm selling courses. So sijui ni nini hiyo natumianga to be able, like watu wanakuja after they pay wanaweza access, they go through the course and they keep the logins for lifetime.
It's called Tutor LMS. Inaitwa Tutor LMS. It's a learning management system. When you want to create a website, hello, kindly touch on remote tasks, please. Kama kuna kitu ziongeleangi ni remote task. I'm sorry to tell you, my brother, kuna vitu ziongeleangi, but anyway, I'm sorry, I don't talk about that. But when it comes to you selling courses on websites, you need a learning management system, something like Tutor LMS. Tutor LMS allows you to collect payments using something like we refer to as WooCommerce. WooCommerce allows you to si unajua kutumia WooCommerce? Now you have WooCommerce, which allows you to collect payment. Then you have Tutor LMS, which is responsible for the courses. I think I have to show you. Acha nikuonyeshe just a brief example for you to understand. Now, with Tutor LMS, you can structure your courses in terms of you have the courses in terms of you can have topics, you can have subtopics, you can even have lessons. Lessons are the classes that people are going to be viewing. So this is Tutor LMS. You can view the courses. You're able to view the courses over here. But which courses are you creating?
About academic writing, still in the academic writing.
Watu wa academic writing siwatakangi. Ni watu wa academic writing nyinyi. Siwatakangi, lakini anyway ni sawa. Wengi wenu muna scam, acha tu, mimi ni mtu wa kufungua roho, mimi siongeangi uongo mimi. Ni watu wa
Tumefanya nini bwana?
Wachaneni na nyinyi watu.
No. We don't scam anyone.
Tumefanya nini bwana?
This one story. This is
Elvis,
mimi sitaki vita. Watu wa academic writing, fanyeni homework. Mimi sitaki vita.
Rada.
So
You're in industry by itself.
okay.
Rada.
These are courses. So you're able to create courses in this manner, and you can price them. So unaona kama nimeweka bei, nimeweka the selling price, the regular price and the selling price.
Sure.
At the same time nimeweka, like it's very, but most important, enter YouTube. Enter YouTube and search for someone called kuna jamaa fulani anaitangwa, what's the name of it? Darrell Wilson. Darrell Wilson is going to guide you on how to create a website using ukitumia Tutor LMS. Tutor LMS is a full course, by the way.
Darrell Wilson.
Okay.
Darrell Wilson, huyo jamaa atawachanua. Si ni sawa?
Sawa, thank you so much.
Karibu. Madheri.
I would like to know how to input maps on WordPress. Sasa leo nataka kuguide clients kwa website yako ndo wajue mahali uko.
Angalia, it's very easy. Unakuja tu una search maps hapa. Unakuja una drag map yako hapa. After ushamaliza ku drag map yako hapa, unaweka location yako kwa Google Maps. Una search tu, inatoa directly. It's as easy as that. No APIs, nothing. Then you zoom in. Ni as easy as that. Iko sawa?
Iko sawa, thank you.
Karibu. Haya, next person is who? Let me see. Jacqueline Murithi. Okay, Alex Were.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I wanted to ask, For Elementor and even other plugins, they normally ask us to pay, but we are not able to pay for them at the moment. How can we use them without having to pay at the moment? And also hiyo issue ya machine zetu za kuhama, we will get clients and then we buy. So ukanyagie wakati unasema zina hema.
Zijali, hata mimi nilikuwa na machine ilikuwa ina overheat na nichoma magoti, so don't worry. Anyway, when it comes to Elementor na the plugins, kama una do mtu wangu, wewe sare tu tumia free ones. Me I tell people tumia free. Kama una do ya kutosha, tumia the free ones. I've actually not used any paid one, so use the free ones by the way. Ukiona client akona do ya kulipa, mwambie sawa, we mtu wangu, if you want to use Elementor Pro nipatie ngiri 10. Sawa? Si hiyo ni sawa? But kama una do mtu wangu, tumia ile yenye budget. Ile budget iko nayo, tumia hiyo. Alright? Ikifika ni la pili, need a better laptop. Sawa? Eric Getonga. Haya. Malakwen Victor.
Yes, Elvis.
Victor,
Good evening.
vipi? Good evening.
Poa sana mambo.
Fiti sana.
Yes, sasa my question is
Mm-hmm.
concerning web design, this WordPress. Is it linkable to, is it a must for you to learn like HTML, or it is just an added advantage?
It's a very huge added advantage. It's a very huge added advantage. Mi hata mtu yote akikuja kwangu, I also tell you to learn HTML. Okay, si lazima, but ni vizuri pia you understand how to use HTML na CSS na JavaScript. Yeah?
Okay.
It's very important.
Mi niko Kampala, I'm in Uganda currently.
You're in Uganda?
Yes. I learned through you through TikTok. There is a post niliona uliweka about NSSF Uganda.
Yeah, yes.
That is the day I followed you.
Yeah, nice. That account is doing good work.
Those guys are amazing. I have also an account with them. I can assure you, those people are amazing.
NSSF Kenya, we do nothing.
The moment I saw you posting NSSF Uganda.
Oh my God.
This guy. Go ahead. Who was speaking?
Elvis.
Yes, Malakwen.
Ulikuwa umenimute.
Sorry, nimemute jamaa fulani hapa. Anaongea mingi nikamtoa kidogo. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Okay. So that is it. I can encourage anyone who is also Uganda, and although siku hizo wamekuwa strict kidogo.
Nani hao?
The NSSF Uganda.
Oh, NSSF Uganda.
Yes.
All right.
But the session is okay. Let us meet in the night class.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Asante. Collins Amalemba.
Hi, Elvis.
Hi, Collins.
How are you?
I'm good. Niko fiti.
Thank you for the information. You're really doing a good job.
Asante.
So my question is not related to web design. It's related to the night class. My request is it possible to move the class at 9 p.m. please?
No worries. Unajua mimi what I tell people is that we record the sessions. We record the sessions.
Okay.
So even afterwards, hata ukimiss hizo sessions, you still get a recorded copy of the same sessions. So haina wasiwasi.
Okay, sawa. So I definitely receive my payment tomorrow, so to be sure about the class.
All right. Nancy in Kenya. In Kenya, Nancy.
Hi, Elvis.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. Thanks for the session. I've enjoyed. I was asking whether there can be a class that is different for the web design alone, or if you'll be taking us through the night classes alone.
I didn't get you.
Sorry, I'm saying for my case, I'd paid for this night class that is coming on 5th, yeah.
All right.
But now, since I'm interested more on the web design, I was asking whether there's also a different class that one can attend, or it will be like a syllabus on or something.
Oh, you do this. Nitumie a message WhatsApp. I will freely enroll you into my course on web design.
All right, thank you.
Karibu. Aya. Mengos, you're the last person. You're the last person. Mengos, go ahead.
Hello, Elvis.
Mengos vipi? How is Chuka?
Chuka, we are doing fine. Yes. Umesema tukafanya homework.
Hapana, no, I don't want to have any issues with you guys wa academic writing. Endeleeni juu ndo masaa yenu. Unafanyanga kazi kama watchman. Go ahead.
Wacha bwana. Hey. Now, on today's session, I have really enjoyed today's session because I've seen what is ahead of me. Yes. Thank you for today's session.
You're welcome. Karibu sana. Good. Wacha maswali ziishie hapo. If for further clarity, I would recommend you come and join our classes. Kuja join night session. Easy night classes. They are very good because we're not going to be having them every day. We're going to be having them on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So it's only 4 days in a week. So we will cover, like on the first day, to cover an introduction to computers. The second day, hatutakuwa na physical na class in the evening, but we'll have learning material that you can use. And the sessions zitakuwa zinaanza from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. 8 p.m. every day to 10 p.m. So the maximum they can go for is 2 hours. Na zitakuwa zina cover a wide range of topics, and I would recommend you be part of them. Mimi sipeani certificate, that's one thing. I believe in being authentic and being truthful. Mimi, I don't want to give you a certificate because I don't want you looking for a job. I want you to be skilled. The idea, unajua sasa makaratasi mingi, unakuta mtu uko na makaratasi kama 700 kwa nyumba. Lakini ukiambiwa noa kisu, you cannot even do it because you don't know how to noa kisu. Yeah? Unakuta mwingine ako na bahasha ya 5,000 papers. Ako na mabahasha zimepangwa line. Ana applying job left, right and center. But they don't know how to do things. Yeah? Mtu wangu, you see, that's the reason as to why I'm saying that you need to be equipped with the necessary skills. But like ushindange tu Nairobi ukizunguka kama mwenda wazimu na makaratasi 4,000, at least ukuwe na like some skills. Yeah? At least when you walk in somewhere, unaambia mtu, by the way, I know how to create websites. But sasa siku hizi, I don't know why a lot of people think that when you have makaratasi, that's the time you have better advantage. You have more advantage than someone who doesn't have unafikiria that wewe ukiwa na makaratasi uko sawa. No. Those makaratasi make no sense. I tell people that Nairobi is working on what you can do. You can develop websites, sawa. You can do video editing, sawa. Unaweza repair computer, sawa. But the moment you have 5 million papers kwa nyumba yako, basha. There is someone who has a dedicated wardrobe ya zile certifications zenye ako nazo. Mtu wangu na huyu jamaa amesota vibaya sana. Yeah, uko na makaratasi zimezajaa wardrobe. Ukiitwa job application, karibu ite taxi. Mwende mbebanisha hizo makaratasi zako. But you're broke. The idea is this. Wancha na story ya makaratasi 5 million. All right? You don't have to be a tech person anyway. But the thing is, you have to be realistic. Kama we ni by the way, if you're a high schooler, if you've just completed high school, me, I would recommend the first thing you make your friend. The first thing that you should make your friend is YouTube. YouTube should be your friend. Now let me introduce you to YouTube kidogo. Msistemange sijui nini. Now let me show you some YouTube channel. Like let's say you want to learn what is WordPress. You can start with like kuna yangu inatokeanga hapa juu all right. But there's this guy over here that you can use. Huyu jamaa fulani hapa is very good when it comes to WordPress. Anaitwa Fadi something, I don't know the majina ya watu wa Netherlands. but he's a very, very good guy when it comes to you learning how to use WordPress. Now, like, let's say you want to learn how to use Office. Niwaonyeshe watu Kenya mnakuanga funny sana. Tunakuanga funny sana. All the information you need on how to use Microsoft Office Word imejaa hapa. Like, this is a full course on how to use Microsoft Office Word. Na utaona jamaa amepanga virago, amenunua course ya 445,000 shillings. Amefunzwa how to write a letter within a period of 1 month. Ukalipa 45,000 ukapewa certificate. Alafu unakimbia Nairobi mzima ukiambia watu uko na certificate ya computer packages. But the moment you're told to do something, you don't know how to do it. Make YouTube your friend. And I would recommend, you can also be part of our night sessions, by the way. You will get a lot of knowledge from these sessions. Nitakusaidia, you'll get to understand. We'll talk about computer skills, digital literacy. Make YouTube your friend. Yeah, like tuseme sahi you want to learn what is Java. You just search for Java and you get a full course on what Java entails. It gives you a full introduction to Java itself. If let's say you want to learn what is Kotlin, yeah, Kotlin is another programming language. Ukitaka kujua hizi vitu zote, all the information is here. In fact, if you just search anything, just search any topic, you're going to find it here. Communication skills. Most of you guys don't know how to communicate. Unaitwa interview, unaanza kujiintroduce. My name's R. You can call me aka na munipe job wa Zai. Communication skills is very, very important. So make YouTube your friend. Over and above, learn skills. Kuwa na kitu hands on. Now, I'm not telling you to learn 1 million skills. Uanze kuzumbua shosho yako ukimwambia shosho mimi ni developers, you nitafutie job. You learn a skill and then you monetize it. Like for us, like ukiangalia, most people think that learning a skill ni you learn a skill and then ukimbie kwa wazungu. Ukimbie kwa wazungu uanze kuambia mzungu, I have these and these skills. No, the market is already here. Kuna a lot of people looking for your services over here. Digital marketing is something that is paying. Graphic design is something that is paying. In fact, unakuta jamaa siku hizi, kuna jamaa fulani ana edit videos na CapCut. He uses CapCut to edit videos na anatengeneza pesa mzuri. Wewe uko hapo na madigrii zako zimetoshea gunia mzima, you're broke. Kazi ni kusimama Westgate ukiwa umeinua billboard inatoshana na kijiji mzima, hoping to get a job, and yet people are getting practical over here. Kwani ukijifunza video editing, kitu kama hii, this is a very simple project. Mimi ukinieditia videos, like I have to pay a video editor 2,000 per video. Na hiyo ni video how many minutes? Ikienda sana 5 minutes. Why don't you teach yourself these skills? Uende ujifunze hizi vitu. You decide to specialize in something like video editing, graphic design. But like ulizangu zile units, kuna mtu alisoma units 75 units in college and university. Lakini akiambiwa apply kitu yote hapo, they cannot do anything. Sasa hata ukiulizwa parts of a butterfly, unakumbuka kweli? Ukiambiwa vitu kama thorax, unasikia kama ni Greek. Ukiambiwa vitu kama abdomen, those names, photosynthesis, chlorophyll, those were the terms that we used to get a lot. Sasa bwana unasikia kama ni kizungumkuti. So equip yourself with a skill. Makaratasi mingi, they will never help you. The only thing that can help you is having the ability to do something. Na si vitu milioni 7. Like, go and teach yourself how to use something like WordPress. Kwani ukijifunza kutengeneza WordPress, yeah? My friend, hata uende hapo Westlands, uende hapo Delta Corner, unue kibillboard kinatoshana na kijiji yenu, useme unatengenezanga website na WordPress. Believe me, utapata mtu anataka website. Lakini wewe umeenda na makaratasi zako hapo 5 million, umeinua juu, umetoka Kasneb, ukaenda Kasneb, ukatoka hapa, uko na computer driving certificate, uko na computer driving license, uko na driving license, uko na documents zote, uko na passport, umeenda US, ukarudi Kenya, huna kazi, upewe kazi. Work by learning a new skill. Better your life. Anyway, to the guys on TikTok, you can join my Telegram channel. Wacha niwape proof of concept. I don't post pornography in my Telegram channel. So kama unaogopa kujoin, unafikiria labda huyu msee kazi yake ni kushare mavitu tu azieleweki, my Telegram channel is a safe space. Mimi I don't share provocative I don't even talk about politics. I don't talk about your girlfriends over here. I don't talk about your boyfriends. I only talk about realistic things. I give lessons, I share classes. I even give courses from time to time. I advertise what I'm selling kidogo kidogo. So this is the Telegram channel. You can click the link in my TikTok bio. Kuna link in my TikTok bio. Just click on it. It's going to direct you to this channel. It has 35,552 members. You can also be part of it. Ukiklik tu kwa hiyo link, you will get more information. Other than that, kesho ni Monday. Watu waende kazi if you have to go to work. If you wake up in the morning and want to learn a skill, start by learning one skill at a time. Na zinipigiwe makofi bana. Sinipigiwe makofi bana. Hizo wacha niulizie bana. Wacha niulizie. Makofi, nipigiwe makofi. Kukaa hapa 4 hours ukiwa unaongea is no joke. So anyway, it is a good day to learn a skill and equip yourself with a good skill. Wacha kubeba makaratasi huku. Wewe si ng'ombe. You learn. Ukiulizwa kitu. Ukiulizwa kitu like when you say you're a video editor. Unaulizwa uko na unajua nini? Nilisoma BCom. So what is BCom? BCom nilispecialize. No. What can you do? I can do accounting. Siku hizi mtu akiniuliza course yenye nilifanya, I don't even want to talk about it. Yeah, procurement, watu wa procurement. Do you have guys who did procurement over here? Inueni mikono, msiaibike. You are lied to, mkaambiwa when you finish the government is going to employ you. Nara 150,000. Sasa hata 1500 huwezi ona, hata attachment ya 1500 huwezi ona. Uko na makaratasi zimejaa unaweza gawia kijiji mzima na ubaki na zingine. Watu wa procurement. How many guys have done IT over here? IT, wase wa IT. Okay, sorry, kama nachoma, unajua mimi napenda kuongea ukweli. You know, it's the truth. Most people don't want to accept the truth. It is the truth. Kuna makaratasi 500 na Nairobi inataka tu ujue kitu moja. Woi, kuna mtu amefanya HR hapa. Human resource management. You people are like 1 million. 1 million. But anyway, it's a good thing. So IT students and computer science students, make sure that you're learning something else on the side. Wase wa statistics, you should be learning data analysis and data science. You should also be getting into machine learning. Mse wa IT, the first thing you should start with is graphic design. And then you also need to start with something like video editing. Hizo ni vitu zitakusaidia. Sasa ukiulizwa ulifanya nini unasema animal husbandry. Where is animal husbandry going to take you in Nairobi? Sijui nilifanya food technology. Food technology. And yet mzee kama Ombachi, he can cook good food than you. Na ulisoma food technology. You know, it's all a question of the practicality of what you studied. Ombachi anapika food tamu kukushinda. Lakini wewe ulienda ukafanya food science and technology, industrial chemistry. Lakini hata huwezi pika ugali, hata huwezi pika venye Ombachi anapikanga. So the idea is get skills. Anyway, acha niache kuropokwa sana. Acha nimalizia hapo. Thank you for being part of this session. I appreciate. Let me end the recording. I really do appreciate. So at that point, I want to end it at that. And thank you.